What an awesome crowd. This is an awesome crowd. You guys, I have not seen this many people in one place in a long time. Give yourself a big round of applause. Pennsylvania Area Labor Federation, and we're here today to say we are one. Yes. And all the other states that are having horrific problems with our so-called government. What I want to do is turn the microphone over to some of our wonderful speakers, which is going to be, first off the list, the head of the Area Labor Federation and the Secretary-Treasurer of UFCW 1776, Michelle Kessler.
Show up in the middle of a work day. I'm impressed. Give yourself a hand. What's happening across this country. And I was thinking about what am I going to talk about today. And I thought about how do we start off every union meeting we have. And my guess is we start off our meeting just like you start off your meeting. And that's with the Pledge of Allegiance. We believe in this country. We fight for this country. Our unions are filled with veterans and people who take voting seriously and do all the things that you're supposed to do when you're a good citizen. And when things like this happen, we stand up to fight for our rights. Is that what we're here today doing?
Yes.
Now I get the pleasure of acknowledging all the unions that are here today. But I said to someone, well, who's here? I was trying to make a list. And someone said, well, everybody's here.
Everybody's here.
Yes.
But I do want to acknowledge the unions that are here. And for every person that's here, I know you represent hundreds, and in many cases, thousands of other people who are back into work, supporting what you're doing. I've been watching the pictures on Facebook of everyone wearing red in their workplaces yesterday, and I know we have some events going on in some of our workplaces today, down at Wise Chips in Berwick, later this afternoon, later in the week down there at Soterio Meat Plant in Freeland, and I know those events are happening every day this week, and these things matter, solidarity matters, and what we're doing here today, letting the folks in Wisconsin, Ohio, Indiana, Tennessee, and across this country know that we got their back, that matters too. Let's start off with we got the auto workers. AFGE. Communication workers. Workers. UFCW. AFSCME. Transit workers. TWA. Oh my God, my buddy from the bricklayers back there. Plumbers and steam fitters. And all the trades. Thank you all for being here. My God, they got the biggest sign right next to me. Casnap are our nurses down in Wilkes-Barre who kind of struggle of their own. You're coming together here today matters. Solidarity matters. Take that back to the workplaces with you.
We have somebody that is from Madison, Wisconsin originally, and he's part of the spiritual community in our area. And we want to come together as one, as labor, and with our community. I'd like to introduce you to Rabbi Dan Schwartz.
Good afternoon, everybody. You know, in the Times Leader yesterday, it said that we were expecting 40 to 50 people here, so it's clearly one of those miracles of breads and loaves and things like that. Multiplication. Wisconsin here today. As Roxy said, I grew up in Wisconsin, and when we were in school in Wisconsin, we studied Wisconsin history. And one of the things we studied was the history of the Republican Party in Wisconsin, and that looked a lot different from what it looks like today. The Republican Party started in Wisconsin in part to recognize the rights of workers that were being denied. Those workers were called slaves, and the Republican Party started to help end slavery. Then in the early 1900s, Fighting Bob LaFollette was the head of the Republican Party in Wisconsin. He busted monopolies and corporate trusts, not unions. And the Republican Party and others in Wisconsin, when I was growing up there, actually read the Bible instead of just thumping it. And if you read the Bible, it's hard to get very far in it without understanding the importance of collective bargaining.
President of Local 1193. We're defense. We build the suspension for the Abrams tank. Our sister plant in Lime, Ohio builds the Abrams tank for the U.S. government. So I think it's important that people realize when you talk about all this union, probably one of the biggest products that we build is the defense for the United States of America. I think everybody should hold their heads high and say we're proud that auto workers and union people build that tank, and we already know what it did in Iraq. So a tip of the hat to all union workers, that's quality at its best. The only other thing, I'll make it short and sweet. This isn't an attack on unions. That's the core of it all, but it's really an attack on middle-class America. Right now, we are at a level, the spread between the rich and the poor is equal to levels of the Great Depression. If that doesn't scare everybody, I don't know what it will take. The people that are here today, they get it. They understand what this is all about. We get it. Our biggest challenge is getting to the people that aren't here. So everybody needs to take the message back to the folks that aren't here, your coworkers, your neighbors, your family, and make them try to understand it.
All right, we have people on the street that are watching us. We have everybody here. You have no idea how impressed I am by all of you. Absolutely. This is Scranton, Pennsylvania. When you get 5 people out, it's more than a cup of coffee. We call it a rally. Absolutely incredible. You guys rock. And as Northeastern Pennsylvania Area Labor Federation, we're going to continue to build and build and build till we have 3,000 people on this square. We're not going to let anybody have what we have, and we will continue to have it. Next, I want to introduce to you somebody from Citizens in Action, another member of our community who's heavily involved in our labor movement. It's Mr. Don Knowles. Woo!
I think it bears repeating that this really is not about deficit reduction, but it is really about an effort throughout the entire country to take away the bargaining rights of public employees and all of labor.
That's exactly
We're
right.
at a unique time in history where we're seeing something, as the rabbi mentioned, where labor and really the rights of all people, the collective voices of people, is under attack.